Greetings, and welcome to PacificSource in the Kitchen. At one point or another, someone has probably told you that it isn't healthy to consume too much salt or sodium in your diet. For the vast majority of Americans, we typically consume well beyond the FDA's recommended 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. It's about 1 teaspoon of salt. It's true that your body needs a small amount of sodium daily to work properly, so what's the point of controlling intake? The fact is that too much salt in your diet can strongly influence your risk of developing high blood pressure, which we know is a major cause of stroke and heart disease. What you might be surprised to learn is that most of the sodium intake in our diet doesn't come from the salt shaker, but from highly processed and packaged food items. Today, I'm going to give you some easy sodium swaps to keep flavor in your food and salt out. My first sodium swap is related to meat and produce. Fresh and frozen options are best. Most fresh fruits, vegetables, and meats are naturally very low in sodium and also packed with natural flavor. Frozen options are a less expensive way to enjoy meat and produce without sacrificing flavor or nutrition, but try to avoid products with added sauces or seasonings which can sneak in unwanted sodium. I coincidentally have some leftover cabbage, carrots, and grilled chicken that are in desperate need of a good sauce and dressing. But how can we find an option that doesn't have too much sodium in it? By making our own, of course. Which leads me to my next tip. When possible, make your own sauces, marinades, and dressings using low sodium ingredients. Most of the condiments and sauces you'll find in the grocery store are amongst the highest sources of sodium that you can add to your diet. By whipping up our own sauce, we'll create something more fresh and flavorful than something that comes from a bottle and have direct control over how much sodium we're putting into it. My go-to favorite for chicken and veggies is spicy peanut sauce. It's so incredibly versatile that you can practically put it on anything, with the amazing bonus of being lower in sodium. To get started, we'll start with my third sodium swap tip. Spice up your life! Herbs and spices are the heart and soul of low sodium cooking and can bring almost any dish to the next level of flavor. Be sure to select spice options that have 0 milligrams of sodium on the nutrition label and which don't have any added salt in the ingredients list. Apart from that, feel free to experiment with any and all herb and spice combinations in the foods you prepare. For today's sauce, we'll be using 2 teaspoons of coriander, which has a mild peppery flavor, and a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which will add some delightful warmth. My next sodium swap tip is to add some aromatic ingredients to your diet. Foods like garlic, ginger, and shallots almost need no introductions. These ingredients provide intense flavor and aroma to recipes and are naturally sodium free. My only caution with aromatic type ingredients is to use sparingly or in small amounts, as they can quickly overwhelm whatever you put them in. For our peanut sauce, we'll need just 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. The next tip I'll offer is to brighten up your dish with some acid. Acidic ingredients like vinegar and citrus can add a pleasant sourness to low sodium foods and can be a perfect way to balance out the rich flavors of creamy sauces and marinades. For our peanut sauce, our acid of choice will be 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. If you want to switch this up with an ingredient that's something more common, you can easily use regular white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or even lime juice. The last tip I'll share for swapping out sodium is to boost flavor with plant-based fat. Fats and oils are a natural source of energy that our bodies crave, and as a culinary component, can enhance the flavor of sodium-free ingredients you mix them with. The next ingredient we'll be adding to our spicy peanut sauce is the star of the recipe itself, unsalted peanut butter. Peanuts are naturally sodium-free and a great source of plant-based fat and protein. Let's add 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Our peanut butter drives home the savory flavor of our sauce and gives a creamy consistency that will stick to whatever you put it on. Lastly, to send our recipe home to flavorful perfection, we'll add a super savory teaspoon of sesame oil. Remember that following a low sodium diet doesn't mean we have to omit salt altogether, so we're going to top off our mixture with 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. To finish, we'll loosen up the sauce with 2 tablespoons of water and then whisk until we reach a smooth consistency. Our spicy peanut sauce is great as a quick dressing to toss with fresh veggies like our carrots and cabbage, or for dipping our favorite protein-rich foods in like chicken or tofu. We hope that these sodium swaps help you to lead a healthier life and to be more adventurous in your kitchen. On behalf of PacificSource, be well and take care.